Hello and welcome everybody. My name is Rody. You are here in the first episode or the first video I'm going to make in this new house with my new studio, new lights everywhere. So I hope you like the setup. If you do so, give me a like already. That will always help. But today I want to talk to you about something very serious. So how do you deal with negativity in specific heartbreak? So I prepared a few steps, a few guidelines to help you through a bad period, or how you get through a bad period where negativity comes your way or you have been betrayed, and what to do and how to rebuild yourself to make and give yourself a better life. So let's get into it. I prepared a few words here. So we have basically three problems. So if the problem is very big, if it has a big impact on your life and it changes your life drastically, you are dealing with three problems most of the time, which is number one, physical. So when something bad happens to you, you lose something physical. You are not in the same space anymore. You are not dealing with the same person anymore. You are not dealing with the same habits anymore. So things change. The second one is emotional. So because of a break, because of a breakup, or maybe even a split, then you get into a certain state, and these states can different. We are going to dive deeper into that later in the video. And the last problem, the third one, is spiritual. So what does that mean? Spiritual means your life path. So when you do something with somebody or with a job or with a relationship for a while, there is a certain life path projected in your head with a plan and certain steps that you must undertake if you are building something, right? So this plan just falls apart, and that is where your ego, your projection of yourself actually is torn apart, where you have to rebuild this plan and image in your head. So now I'm going to dive deep into these three problems of how to solve them, make them better, and make sure that your life get better. Here we go. So what should I do? So first of all, with the first problem, the physical, is obviously you have to train. All right. So do a sport or go to the gym, make yourself stronger, and try to break your personal record when it comes to strength, when it comes to endurance, when it comes to building your muscles, for example. Try to look better. It helps you to get a better image of yourself, how you look at yourself, so you are more able to let go. And as an advice, especially in the beginning, don't sleep around. So this is the thing is, like, when people want to get revenge or they want to get into short-term happiness, if you have the options, if you have the skills to do this, you can sleep around. But I would recommend don't do this. Take a while to reflect, take a while to rebuild yourself, and then have fun. So if you are experiencing fear, so I'm going into the second problem right now, which is emotion. So if you're experiencing fear because of financial problems, or you have you have a house together, or you have a business together, then get a new job, get your finances in order, so this can be put to peace. The second one is fear of loneliness when it comes to the emotional part. And sometimes when you have a business partner, for example, and you decide to break up, now you have to do business on your own, where you got into the habit of doing things always together. So be okay with this, all right? When you're alone, your thoughts will genuinely, when you're doing the good things, get into the right track, and your values will come forward. And that is where where we get into the third problem, the spiritual part, where we're getting more to yourself and your life path. But to close off the emotional part, what should I do to fix my emotions? Start a new hobby and make a plan that is constructive. What does that mean? So security is found in a plan. So if you don't feel secure, you're feeling unstable, you need a plan. You need to execute step by step, action by action, so you can actually create what you want. So you need a plan, and sit down with somebody or do it yourself, what you want and how to get there and what step you must undertake to make these small steps. A person without a plan is like a ship in the ocean without a captain. I love that quote. I just made it up, but that is what it is. So it's basically you are dropped in the middle of the ocean, and you need to make a roadmap for where to go on this map. So either you go south, north, east, west, doesn't matter, but make a decision of where to go, and then from there your ship is going again. It's very hard to think about what happened after you, instead of when you're looking forward, you don't have this problem. Otherwise you are just spinning circles, which you don't want. The spiritual part, so I wrote this down. So if your life path, if it takes a major U-turn when it comes to a relationship, the right path often shows up when you're ready for it. I believe that in order to get it right, you need to get in order to get it right again, you need to go back of who you are as a person. So certain things worked for you in the past, so you have to pick these things up. Do what you are good at to get to know yourself again, of who you are as a person, who you are as a man or as a woman, and then the right path often shows up, and from there you can take new steps and recreate your life. And sometimes that is with a business or with a job or with maybe a new partner. And I want to talk to you a little bit about revenge, anger, and uncertainty. So when you are wronged by somebody or you think something is unfair, there is that degree of revenge. And that degree of revenge only comes when you are doing the right things. So I think that it's good to have that energy that you have when you have experienced something, that you have to convert it into positive energy towards a certain goal. So make the goals bigger and then go full into it. This anger that you're feeling, you can put it into weight, you can put it into effort, you can put it into actually making results. And the uncertainty goes away when you have a plan in order. So I hope this helps to make sure that you are feeling more stable. The part where if you had certain goals in a situation, what can happen, and this is the best thing that can happen to you, is that I will do this to I must get this done. There is no I will or I'm going to be, no, I must get it done. So there the energy changes, which is great. So for me, a bad experience is just a page in a book. And maybe it was a black page or a dark area in my life where I was uncertain, but this is the chapter where the hero is down and where you have the chance to really be a hero and to really show yourself who you are as a person. So when you look back, we are a few pages ahead, and you look back, how did I dealt with this situation at the time? Can I be proud of myself how I dealt with it? So I had a small video for you, which was from The Devil's Advocate. If you haven't seen this movie, it was with Keanu Reeves and Al Pacino, where they are standing on the roof, and where Al Pacino plays the devil, and Keanu Reeves plays a major attorney in New York, and he is asking him like, I'm not certain about one more thing, and then Keanu Reeves said, what? And then Al Pacino steps forward and he says, pressure. It changes everything, pressure. So when the pressure is on, the real character comes out. And he says, some people, you squeeze them, they focus, and others fold. And this is the moment where you get to know you. And be sure that when you're under pressure, that you're the one that gets focused on your goals, on the things that you want, and that is who you want to be. So sometimes that means, what should I do then? I don't know. So I have a few things that you can do. If the pressure is on, you either rise or pity yourself, and you got to ask yourself, what is the best possible move that I can make right now? So sometimes that means you need to hit the gym. Sometimes that means take a job interview, start networking, do something positive for your life. You create the mindset that no matter how you feel, you are going to do the best possible thing that you can come up with. So I hope this inspires you to take better actions. And if you liked this video and I gave you some motivation or some inspiration from this talk, give me that thumbs up, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and I'll give you more videos in the future. See you soon. This was Rody. Bye-bye.